All right, guys. LDW, MMAC, LD, MMAC, LDBC. This is your boy, the Coach Show Live on the Coach Show, Live. Okay, folks, so I talked about this some on my live stream, and, now I'm wide awake, man. Y'all know how I get on live streams. Get late, Coach start, dozing off. Y'all know how I do, man. Hey, at least I'm honest about it. But, I wanted to talk about this, just do it on a regular video. Because sometimes, with super chats rolling in and people just in the comment section, in a live stream, you can get a little distracted. So when I make these videos, my thoughts to me are more complete. But, this guy on the plane, man, I almost feel like he was asking for it and he really wanted to be brutalized by Mike Tyson. Because, I feel like it was like a badge of honor to say, hey, you know what? I got my ass whooped by Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson whooped my ass, and I'm wearing the battle scars to really show that. I've always told people that when you have people who troll or you troll another person, that person usually has like some kind of weakness in what they're doing and why they're trolling. I always said that, y'all ever see some of these people, man, that come from behind the screen, they go in there and challenge real fighters? I mean, have y'all ever seen that? Like the one troll that came out from behind the screen and challenged Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder beat the hell out of him. Or the one troll that came into the gym, and I forgot who the MMA fighter was, but he felt like he can go into a damn gym and he felt like he could wrestle with this MMA fighter, and the MMA fighter just beat his ass. Y'all remember that? I can't remember who that actual fighter was. Y'all, somebody in the comment section let me know. Or the troll that used to troll Terry LaRosa. And I'm not a Terry LaRosa fan either. I ain't really a Mike Tyson fan either because, Mike Tyson support Hulk Hogan. But, in this situation, I'll be objective and talk about the situation. But that troll who was trolling Terry LaRosa, she, beat him up on a pay-per-view. So, I mean, you have these guys, man, that they feel validated when they feel like they control somebody or they can, say a few things to somebody who they feel like is, I don't know, is larger than life or is a lot larger in life than they are. And Mike Tyson went over there and he took care of business. He handled his business. I mean, he went over there and beat the hell out of this dude. And see, it took a while for Mike Tyson to go do it, man. See, I feel like Mike, he's in a constant battle day in and day out. I feel like he's in a battle with demons day in and day out. And I feel like Mike is battling his inner demons to not let the old Mike Tyson out of there. The Mike Tyson that was saying, I rip your heart out and eat your children, and that Mike Tyson. I feel like he's in a battle every day. And you can tell, man, that this man has had he's had a hard life, man. A lot of stuff happened to him. A lot of stuff happened to him at a young age, man. And then, of course, him losing his daughter. It's just a lot of stuff happened to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is trying to find a peace and a balance in life. He's trying to do that. But it's like you have people that come up to him constantly and they just try to challenge him. And I don't understand for whatever reason, a person want to challenge and, fist fight Mike Tyson. And you damn sure don't want to fist fight the guy on the street, man. You don't want to, Mike Tyson, that's where he's from, he's a street dude. You don't want to fight him on the street. But Mike Tyson went in there, the guy he was berating Mike Tyson. And, the thing is, man, how much do you have to be berated? Even if you're a damn celebrity, okay? Like, come on, you're a man first before you're a celebrity. You're a man first. And no grown man is going to want to sit there and be berated by somebody, who trying to, clearly antagonize you. And Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson had a window seat. He had a window seat. So he was clearly, leaving wasn't an option. Leaving wasn't an option at the time. And so Mike just got up and whooped this man's ass. And I think many people would have done that. I think a lot of people would have done it. See, some people, they just don't know when to quit. And some people, you remember I told y'all how people will risk their lives to do stupid shit. They will risk their lives to do something stupid because they believe in the ideology. It's the same thing with some of these trolls. They don't care, man. They'll risk everything they own for that one moment of fame. And then get this. The guy leaves the plane and, he went to go press charges. Like, wait a minute. How do you start a fight and then you go press charges when you get beat up? You started the fight. And hopefully any prosecutor or any district attorney that have to try this case, I hope that they can clearly see that, Mike Tyson was provoked. And it was a lot, man, look, man, I think he was being provoked for over 20 minutes. I don't think anybody can take that. Anybody in the common sense can't sit and ignore that. Then the guy was standing up and all in Mike's ear, like right up on Mike. So, that can be taken as, hey, look now, I'm uncomfortable. And that can be taken as a sign of a threat. If I'm Mike Tyson, I'm like, no, I felt threatened. They do it all the time. I felt threatened for my life. I felt threatened for my life. I felt like my life was in danger. Yep, that's how I felt. I didn't feel safe. I would have said that. I didn't feel safe. And Mike probably did feel threatened. I mean, dude, you up in his ear. No, you can't harass the man from in your seat. No, you couldn't do that. You had to turn your stupid ass over there, and you had to stand up over him. And continue to harass this man. Mike just trying to enjoy his flight. You and your goofy friend. And isn't it something, man, when Mike beating the dude up? I'm talking about Mike Tyson over here beating this guy up. Then y'all want to say, hey, Mike, hold on, stop, man. Wait a minute. Why didn't y'all tell that guy to stop? Y'all didn't tell him to stop, but y'all want to tell Mike to stop? I mean, this shit's unreal, man. This shit's unreal. You get what you deserve. I mean, you want to sit here and you want to harass what? A man who got paid for knocking people out with his hands. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? Did you think he was just going to sit there and for 20 minutes allow you to disrespect this man's name? I mean, just call, and then, I think the guy even called him like, you're a peasant. Call him Mike a peasant. You're an employee, you work for me, or something like that, man. He was saying something. And it just triggered Mike. And I don't even think Mike got triggered until the guy just stood up in his seat. And then, he was like right in Mike's ear. That's when Mike got triggered. Like, hold on, man. You done crossed the line. The hood of me finna come out. And that's what happened. Mike Tyson done lost a lot of money in his life, man. He done lost a lot of money. And Mike now is doing all these shows, man. He doing all this stuff to promote himself because Mike trying to get money. He trying to get the money in his pocket. Mike trying to feed his family, man. That's what he doing. And the man, Mike even took a selfie with the guy before all this happened. But then the guy, I think they came up with the idea, him and his friend, hey, man, let's try to get Mike Tyson upset, man. Let's see if we can trigger him, man. So, something go down, man. We can get paid for this, man. Hey, he got a chance to make some money. I hope they throw this out, man. I hope they throw it out. I hope this guy gets no compensation for being an asshole. I hope he don't get no compensation for getting on this plane and fucking with this man. And people get tired of that, man. People get tired of that. Seriously. People get tired of it. And you have these people, man, that come out and try these professional fighters. It's like they keep doing it. And these people don't have, you have to start shaking your head and you have to wonder, like, damn, these people get paid millions of dollars to destroy people with their hands. And you have everyday Joes just thinking they can come out here and do it. See, it's funny when these guys come from behind the computer screen, and it's like you have to laugh at them. And most of the people that come from behind the screen look like this dude. I swear, man, everybody who's ever trolled me, they look sort of similar to this dude. I tell y'all the story a lot of times. A guy thought he was going to come from behind the screen and troll me. I'm not going to incriminate myself. Now, I'm not going to do that. Let's just say he ain't going to be trolling me. Them days done. But he thought he could. He thought that he actually could come from behind the screen. He thought he was going to troll me. Yeah, he thought. See, y'all don't know, man. People who fuck with people on a daily basis, you don't really know what the person is going to do. Now, we know what Mike going to do. And we already know that Mike had this in him. Mike had this amount of violence in him. It's in him. It don't go away. I mean, he can let it lay dormant and try to, go smoke his weed and do stuff. But, man, look, Mike is a violent man. And when you've been violent for, like Mike, 48? Or Mike, 53? And you've been violent for probably 4 decades of your life, you can't turn that off, man. That's in you. That violence and that savagery is in you. And sometimes Mike has a thirst. Because that violence inside him is like a demon that keep telling him, hey, man, go do something, man. Come on, Mike, we got to fight. That's why Mike Tyson, everybody, he doing it for the money. I'm probably sure he will fight for the money. I mean, I believe it. But in actuality, it's that insatiable thirst to be violent. He got to quench the thirst. It's like a drug. It's like a high. Then the need to go in there and fight and punch something is high. I mean, why do you think you see this guy staying in tip-top shape? Like, why do you think this guy, you always see him hitting a heavy bag or sparring or, hitting mitts with a trainer? Why y'all think y'all see this guy just on and on, just doing it? Because Mike Tyson has a demon inside him that has an insatiable thirst to be violent. That's in him, and it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. And you don't be surprised if you see Mike Tyson fight again. Don't be surprised. I mean, I wouldn't doubt he fight again. I think he does fight again. But just people have to know, man. Just certain people, you just leave them alone, man. People just want to live their life in peace. Mike trying to live his life in peace, man. Whatever balance Mike trying to do, whether I agree with how he feel about, that don't matter, man. It don't matter. The man trying to be peaceful. The man trying to find his inner peace, his inner key. He trying to find it, and then you got mofos like this, man, that just come into the darn picture. See him in public. Next time, maybe he might need to get a first class. Make a deal with the airline. Say, hey, we got Mike Tyson coming. Could y'all upgrade him to a first class and don't charge him? Go ahead and do that for the former champ. Because Mike Tyson being on your airline anyway gonna bring free promotion, just for him flying out on your plane. So just upgrade the champ to upgrade him to a first class, so he ain't got to sit there and deal with the idiots, man, in regular class. Wow. Well, in this sense, I do kind of hope stuff turn out good for Mike Tyson. I hope that he can, I don't know, I hope that he can come out of this, somewhat unscathed. I'm still not really hugely sold on Mike Tyson, just with some of the stuff that he's staying with and Hulk Hogan, but still, you don't want to see a person that's trying to achieve their balance and what they're trying to get to where they got to live a peaceful life. You don't want to see that disrupted by somebody who think they're entitled to your time. They're entitled to your attention. Like, this guy's a definition of entitlement. I mean, he feels like he's entitled to Mike's time. He feels like he was entitled to Mike's attention. And when Mike wasn't giving him all of that, guess what he did? Guess what he did? He took it. He took it. And the more Mike ignored him, the more obnoxious this guy got. The more that Mike just ignored this guy and just didn't say anything to him, he kept getting more obnoxious and more obnoxious until Mike had to respond. Because I'm going to tell you what he would have did next. He probably would have started throwing stuff over the chair to get Mike to respond. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Some of these people, man, from behind the keyboard, they better watch out. And then they got to slap Paulie in the back of the head with that damn chalk. That was funny. How's your cut, G? How's your cut? Catch Paulie on the right day. Even Paulie. He's a trained fighter. Paulie a trained fighter. Don't matter if he got 5 knockouts. Paulie good enough to beat the average Joe on the street hand to hand. But, you know what? Salute to Mike Tyson for whooping his ass. I'm done.